About 90% of all modern flowering plants, as in not pine trees, not ferns, angiosperms, protected seed, protected sperm plants, are monoecious. And what does that mean? It means that the plant has both male and female parts built in. Now, you also have perfect flowers, like these Geranium maculata. Geranium maculata, perfect flower. The male and female parts are in the same flower-looking thingity. And if we look at these flowers, you can see a difference. On the right, you can see that there is an octopus-looking thing. That is the stigma, the female part. And it's nice and receptive. And if you look carefully, you will see that the male parts, the stamens, are brown and sad and dead. On the other side here, we have male parts, the stamens, which are bright and yellow and happy and perky and in the center. And the female part looks like just a green tube, kind of dildo-y. Why is this? Well, it turns out if you want genetic diversity, you do not want necessarily to pollinate yourself, to have self-sex, to fertilize yourself. So a lot of flowers, perfect flowers, monoecious plants, have gone to a lot of trouble to come up with different ways of lessening the chance that the flower will fertilize itself. And there are chemical ways to do this. The plant can detect its own pollen and reject it. It can basically not give the pollen what it needs to sprout the pollen tube, which then breaks through the stigma and then goes down to the ovary to fertilize it. But they can also do it in mechanical ways, or timing, by presenting, say, the male side first, as here, and then after the male stuff is done and dead and has moved over to the side, the female stuff happens. That way, when a pollinator comes along, whomever pollinates this, it does not accidentally pollinate the same flower with its own sperm. If you were a hermaphrodite, it'd be like making sure to not put your penis in your own vagina, kind of a thing. Except flowers, typically, they either have sex with they're like a three-partner thing. It's them, some other part of them, or some other plant, and the wind, or some insect, or some bird, or some bat. So flowers are pretty kinky, by human standards. At any rate, this is Geranium maculatum. I'm here in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and that was a little lesson about how plants keep from pollinating themselves sometimes. Of course, some plants pollinate themselves a lot, and that's why they're pretty weedy, like Sinapis and a bunch of, basically your whole brassica family, the cabbage family. They're pretty good at pollinating themselves, and that's why they're so successful, and maybe one of the reasons why humans, chose them to eat. That and the antifreeze. Well, that's what I've learned. Bye-bye.